What's up guys, it's Gaz, and welcome to another Warframe video. So this will be the first in 3 videos on this new Prime access. We're going to first go over the Zhuge Prime, then we'll be going over the Nkandi Prime, and then we'll be going over Wukong Prime. In that order, because those are the things I'm most excited for. I am really excited for Wukong Prime, but yeah, I still need to finish building him and stuff and get a lot of formulas on him, so I'm excited for him as well. But yeah, number 1, Zhuge Prime, that's what we'll be going over in the video today. So let's quickly show what the Zhuge Prime is. So this was added yesterday on PC. It is a fully automatic crossbow that is not silent. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're trying to be stealthy, this is not the weapon for you. It's an alarming weapon. 26% critical chance, 2x critical multiplier, 5.5 fire rate, 30 round magazine, a 3-second reload. This thing actually has a hidden passive, guys. When your magazine is fully empty, it has increased reload speed. So don't worry about that 3-second reload as much. Just make sure you're emptying your magazine regularly, and it will be much faster than 3 seconds. And then our status chance is 30%, fully automatic, 42 slash damage, 26% or 26 puncture damage, and then 21 impact damage. So it's highly weighted in the slash, and you will see that for sure when you're using it. You'll see lots of slash procs. And as I mentioned, this thing has explosive shots. The way these explosive shots work is they basically embed into the ground, and about a second later, they'll explode. They'll also embed into enemies and wait an entire second before exploding as well. So, yeah, this thing can be very dangerous because those shots do self-damage, and if they crit, they can one-shot you. Not to mention viral proc you, slash proc you, whatever you put on your weapon. So, for example, on this weapon right now, we have a viral hunter munitions setup, where if we get crits, it will cause a slash proc based on how powerful the crit was. So if we accidentally hit ourselves by walking over a bullet, we're going to die. That's just going to happen. Even on a Naros, you're going to be having your HP on a Naros, which is usually really bad. So you got to be really careful with this thing, guys, especially since it's full auto. I've died to this thing a lot over the last day, so keep that in mind. So this is the build I'd probably suggest to you guys. So we have one 90% elemental, one 60-60 elemental, and those 2 elementals combined to give us a combined element of viral. The reason we're using viral is because we have lots of slash in this thing. And the way that slash procs work, guys, is they go directly to the enemy's health, ignoring their armor. So we could do Corrosive to remove armor, and the Corrosive build on this thing is really good still. I would recommend the Corrosive build in certain situations over the viral build. But overall, I've been finding this one to be the most effective against all factions. Okay, so yeah, we get the viral to have their HP, because the viral stats effect halves enemy HP for 6 seconds, 6 or 7 seconds, one of those two. And then the slash proc starts going to town on their halved HP. It can usually kill them before the viral proc wears off. And the way this thing works, guys, it does enough damage. It's going to 1 or 2 shot enemies at level 50 range. Things you'll be normally seeing on the star chart. When we start getting to higher levels, that's when you need to actually maybe consider a different weapon. Because this thing has okay scaling, but it just doesn't end up working out as well as I want it to, unfortunately. Alright, so this is the anti-mobile, mostly shield. 2 shots. Got some slash procs in there, very small slash procs. Guy next to him might bleed out. The guy next to him bled out. These guys are completely all shields, so a slash proc is what we want against them. See, the explosive shot is actually proccing a 3-meter radius, and it gave that guy a viral proc, did some damage to him. See how that goes. 2 shots to kill that guy. See, there's a impact damage and there's an explosion damage afterwards. I think the explosion damage is slightly lower than the initial impact damage. Also, this weapon will do knockbacks when you kill an enemy with the arrow. So while they're flying back, I don't know if you noticed it there, but while she was flying away with the impact of the arrow exploded mid-air while it was still embedded in her body. So that can actually give you some additional AoE. See right there, it also happened there. He died, was flying forward. Arrow exploded while he was in midair. Alright, so that's the general gist of this thing. Just decent damage. And keep in mind, it's fully automatic. I actually do enjoy putting some punch through, or not punch through, some fire rate on this thing to just unload more arrows. Because like I said, when the magazine is empty, the reload is faster. So if you have higher fire rate, you can get to the bottom of the magazine much quicker. So here we go, we're going to show the faster reload right here. That is definitely faster, 100%. 3 seconds at base. When I saw the stats for this thing, I'm like, you're gonna need a reload ribbon for this thing. Nope. I have a reload ribbon and it does help, but it's definitely not necessary. So if you didn't want to use hunter munitions on this, guys, you could put a fire rate mod up here. Because this thing has really good slash built in. I was trying a Vigilant Fervor earlier today. I was actually enjoying it. So this is what the fire rate looks like with the fire rate mod. A lot more fun. Then you get to the bottom of your magazine, quick reload, keep unloading arrows all over the place. But yeah, the playstyle of this thing, you have to get used to it, guys. Like, you can't just be like running around spamming shots into the ground, or you're gonna die. See there? I'm like, oh, these are explosive arrows. Let's like just hit it near the enemy. No, you need to be very careful when using this thing, because I've died a lot with this thing equipped. Let me just say that. I'm gonna show some gameplay in a bit, and I think I died like twice to self-damage in that video. So yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to, guys. All right, so we have fire rate on here instead of hunter munitions. And like the base damage is getting away with it right now. We don't even need to rely on the slash procs really as much. You can unload a ton of arrows. I'd say this build is slightly worse, but for like low level stuff, you probably enjoy that fire rate just for like tearing through guys faster. The thing with punch through on this weapon, I did try it with shred and prime shred. Also a punch through Riven mod. The arrow just goes right through the enemy and doesn't explode. So you might like that if you don't like the explosions. But me personally, like, if I'm going to be using this thing, I better be getting some value out of those explosions, because that's the reason I built this thing in the first place and why I was excited for it, is because I like explosions. That's why I play Nova all the time. And yeah, I mean, they're a little bit tiny, I'm going to be honest. Like, a 5-meter radius would have been cool. Or maybe like a little bit more base damage, like something. Like, it's a little bit boring right now, but I'd say it's still like a pretty good weapon. And if you're doing like a Kuva Flood or Star Chart missions, this thing is going to tear through enemies. Let's do a Corrosive build really quick. Convulsion on here. Very easy to switch elements with a formal setup like this. Although the dash polarity there is only for my dash polarity Riven. I normally don't put dash polarities on things. Alright, so Corrosive will be bad against these guys. But if we proc slash, we can still get to their health bar. Alright. Guy just didn't really care. Corrosive is not good against the Corpus. Once we get to these armored targets, though, they've already gotten probably a couple of Corrosive procs on them at this point. Alright. I mean, pretty similar performance to the other one. Get that faster reload from the empty magazine. I mean, this is a bow, guys, so there's projectile travel time. I think it has like a decent headshot multiplier compared to other weapons. Yeah, there's a couple other problems this thing has. It's mostly the self-damage, though, if you ask me. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what it's like with a Riven mod. So we are going to do a status chance, a critical damage, reload speed, minus infested Riven mod. And the other things that I've changed in the build are pretty much nothing. So we're not running hunter munitions. That's the only change. We could potentially put hunter munitions like here, or maybe here, just so we could get the extra slash procs, but I don't think we're going to really need it, since this thing bumps the status chance up a ton. Okay. And I value this extra multi-shot, because the way this stacks with split chamber, we get 150% multi-shot, so guaranteed to fire 2 bullets, 50% chance to fire 3 bullets. Alright, let's just do this in order. See, like, we got a bunch of procs from that one trigger pull there. That's because of the status chance Riven. Critical damage is pretty nice as well. So I would say this is good for condition overload, guys, but it's at the same time it's not, because you proc some stances on these guys. If you want to go up and melee them with your condition overload melee, you need to wait until the arrows explode. You're just going to run in there and die. So that's really important. Like, see, like, I was just trying to simulate that right there. I'm like, okay, got some procs on this guy, trying to go in and hit him with the melee. No, the arrows stick around for like a good second. So if you're like trying to play the game really fast, like condition overload, run in, you're just gonna die. Like I just died right there. So that is a big fault of the weapon in my opinion. Maybe they should just like remove the self-damage, honestly. This thing is MR14 required. Like one of the highest master rank weapons in the game. And it doesn't really feel worth the risk of going through and using it, honestly. Even on like an Anaros, if you're putting multiple bullets in an enemy, that's like multiple like slash procs, crits, viral procs that you're taking. It's not going to be very safe, guys. Although the damage is like pretty cool. It's a fun weapon, I mean, kind of. I thought it was going to be more fun than this, to be completely honest. So, yeah. I have another Riven I'm going to show, and we're going to do a no elementals build this time, actually. And I'm going to put some gameplay of a Kuva flood on screen for you guys, so you can see how it works in an actual mission. So this one, we have a damaged multi-shot Riven, 100 munitions, Argon scope, all this stuff. But notice we have no viral on here, we have no corrosive. This is just to show what like a raw slash build goes like with 100 munitions and no elements. Alright. Pretty good. Getting tons of slash procs here. With a damaged multi-shot Riven, of course. There we go. And we could do level 165. We actually will do level 165. But yeah, guys, this thing, I'm going to say it's a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting, like, a bigger AoE. Something a little bit more exciting than what we got. I'm hoping the Zhuge Prime is going to be, like, God tier, because from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be God tier. So we'll be working on that later today. Alright. Got the higher crit chance from the Argon scope mod. Okay, so you can kind of see how this works with no elementals on here. 100 munitions. So, if, like, ideal stats for a Riven on this thing, guys, I'm gonna say status chance, really good. If you can get critical chance and critical damage in addition, that would probably make the 100 munitions build a lot better. And then if you don't, like, maybe critical chance, multi-shot, status chance, minus zoom. That would be, like, a god roll. Just because it lets you get, like, a really good hybrid setup. And it also lets you get the good crits going on in there. And multi-shot's just a good stat in general. So, here we are. We're actually running Vile Acceleration for this mission. Because, like I said, I like the fire rate. We actually do pay for running for Arcane Acceleration in this mission because I'm not running Arcane Guardian. Enemies are doing a lot more damage to me per shot, so I actually die a couple times in this mission, where I normally wouldn't die most likely if I had Guardian equipped. Okay, so we got a Corrosive build on here. It's against the Corpus, so it's not exactly like what you want to be doing. And then I equip the Cat, because the Cats are good for Kuva missions, guys. Don't forget that. As we're loading into the mission, let's go quickly over some pros and cons of this thing. So, the pros are great damage type. This thing is very highly slash weighted, as we showed. And that's really good for, like, proccing slash, all that kind of stuff. Faster reload when the magazine is empty. It's not 3-second reload when the magazine is empty, guys. It's like 2.5-second reload. So it cuts off a little bit of time for you. 3 meter AoE on those shots. That can be a blessing or a curse for you, depending on if you can get used to the playstyle of not running in after you shoot a bullet on an area. And then some cons, very dangerous to use. Like I said, the bullets linger on the ground. It's like a trap. You like place a trap for yourself when you use this thing sometimes. And then the slow reload when the magazine is not empty. And then, like as I said, like it has 3 reload at base. So if you're not emptying that magazine, you are going to be dealing with that 3-second reload, which is awful. As you can see right here, I actually have a reload Riven, so it's 1.9 right now in the video, but it's still like almost 2 seconds. Pretty long time for some downtime mid-combat. Now I'm looking for a cache, I think. I don't even know why I'm looking for a cache. It's like really not worth getting these sabotage caches, guys, for normal missions. For the Hive, it is worth it. You can get shell shock and high voltage, but for like this Corpus kind, just don't even bother. It's not worth the effort most of the time. Let's just finish off with those cons. So, projectiles travel time, just like every bow in the game. So that's like not really like a huge con. And then not silent, so can't really do stealth stuff with this. Not too big of a deal. Alright, so here we are just doing this level 90 Corpus mission with the Zhuge Prime. Try not to use our 4 with Nova, just to like not cheat on damage. Show the actual raw damage numbers here. And this is a Corrosive build against Corpus, so not super optimal. Alright, so I think we just end up getting one shot pretty soon here. No, I one-shot myself, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so like, I think I shoot this enemy right here, the arrow gets embedded into it, and I just blow up. That's honestly a big problem with this weapon. I actually kind of hope they just remove the self-damage or something. There you go, see? Like, I was right in front of my face, shot like 2 arrows into him, he was too close, and I died. Like, that just sucks. Like, really. I would like hope like maybe some immediate impact damage instead of a delayed explosion on the Zhuge would make it less annoying to use. But you like literally have to like play like so specifically when you're using this thing. You have to like engage enemies from like across the room. It feels like you can't like be like using your primary as like a secondary melee weapon sometimes like at all with this thing. Yeah. I think this guy one-shots me. Yep, or something hit me there. But if I had Guardian, I'd have like a couple more like moments to like jump into Operator and use Repair. So using Acceleration just to give you more fire rate might not be worth the risk for a lot of people. I know it really. After this mission, I'm like, this is not worth the risk for me anymore. I got hit by so many enemies in this mission and just died. So we're just doing the sabotage right here. We will get to some Kuva Guardians in a few moments. So yeah, also guys, notice how the projectiles didn't hit that other vent on the other side of that box. I think they have line of sight restrictions for the explosion. So another ding against the Zhuge Prime. It does not appear that the explosions go through walls in any way. That guy completely one-shot me. Completely. So that's the AoE for the Zhuge right there. There's a bunch of enemies next to each other. Hit most of them. That guy still has like a pretty chunky health bar, so we ended up eventually killing him. Took a while though. So yeah, like Corrosive build, I mean, it's definitely not like ideal with a slash setup to run Corrosive, but at the same time, like, it doesn't usually matter at what like around this enemy level what you're running if you're running like a decent build. So the Corrosive on her was really good. That took like 2 bullets. We killed a level 80 heavy gunner with like I think one of those with a headshot. Now here's the real test. Let's see this Kuva Guardian, how long it takes. It took about 15 bullets from the Zhuge Prime with a okay Riven. It's more of a status chance Riven. Not really ideal for Kuva Guardians. If you had like a critical damage multi-shot Riven, like if you went like max base damage against a Kuva Guardian, you could probably kill in like 2 or 3 shots, guys. Because the way Kuva Guardians work, status builds are not as effective against them as most other enemies. You want like really high raw damage against the Kuva Guardians most of the time. So like crit stuff, really high, like maiming strike is crit, I guess, as well. And then there's like an Opticore, things like that. Zhuge Prime, okay, I guess. Okay for Kuva Guardians. They don't really care about slash procs as much as the other enemies either. So yeah, guys, I hope that you found this helpful. I mean, I'd say it's worth farming for, but definitely not worth like spending a bunch of plat on the first day. I think the prices are calming down. I got my Wukong Prime on the first day for like 3 hundo, and I just bought an Nkandi Prime for 250. So that was like some really nice deals. But I got a hookup from somebody in my Twitch chat, so that was really nice of them. I think like the prices are kind of like volatile right now. That's just trade chat though. Dude, they just seriously dropped this Prime Access on us out of nowhere. They're like, oh, what is it? It's a Saturday? Dude, Prime Access time. And I actually talked to some people who are really happy. They're like, dude, like this always comes out on Tuesdays. I've never been able to farm this stuff the day it comes out. Like, this is so amazing. So it was a good idea on DE to do that. Definitely was very unexpected. And a lot of people enjoyed that, so that was cool. I like when they do like drops like that, like, you can play it now. And if it's something you can play now, and if you're already interested in it, I mean, it's like, yes, so much yes, please more. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the video today. I hope that you found this Zhuge gameplay helpful. A little bit dangerous of a weapon, to be honest, but still very powerful. I'm going to continue to use this thing because like it's a nice AoE weapon for Nova. Keep in mind, you have lots of build options for this thing, guys. You can run Corrosive, you can run Viral, you can run Hunter Munitions, you can run Fire Rate. I really like running Fire Rate, actually. I also, like, you can run a projectile speed build if you want to just, like, not even think it's a bow. Just, like, use it as, like, an explosive rifle or something like that. You have lots of options, guys. So, I will talk to you in the next video. Should be either later tonight or tomorrow. And that will be a Nkandi video. And then we'll do a Wukong video and then a Tennokan overview. Okay, that's the plan. Tennokan stuff is pretty crazy. And, yeah, it's gonna completely influence your opinions of Warframe in the future in that video. So, good luck there. Hope you have a nice weekend, guys. Peace.